moments show a lack of sportsmanship and respect for opponents, officials, and the spirit of the game. It's important to remember that while sports can be competitive, they should always be played with fairness, respect, and integrity. Mike Tyson biting Evander Holyfield's ear. During their highly anticipated rematch in 1997, Tyson was frustrated by Holyfield's dominant performance and resorted to biting his ear twice in the third round. The incident resulted in Tyson's disqualification from the fight and a $3 million fine. Holyfield needed stitches for his injuries, and the incident caused widespread outrage in the sports world. Zinedine Zidane headbutting Marco Materazzi. In the 2006 World Cup final between France and Italy, Materazzi made a comment to Zidane that has been rumored to have been about his sister. In response, Zidane headbutted Materazzi in the chest, leading to his red card and France's loss in the final. Zidane later apologized for his actions, but the incident tarnished his legacy as one of the greatest footballers ever. Luis Suarez biting opponents. Suarez has a history of biting opponents on the field, leading to multiple suspensions and bans throughout his career. In 2010, he bit Otman Bakel during a game in the Netherlands. In 2013, he bit Branislav Ivanovic during a Premier League game. In 2014, he bit Giorgio Chiellini during a World Cup match. The latter incident resulted in a 4-month ban from all football activity and a 9-game ban from international competitions. John McEnroe's outbursts. McEnroe was known for his fiery temper on the tennis court, often leading to arguments with umpires and opponents. He famously yelled, "You cannot be serious," at a referee during the 1981 Wimbledon tournament, and has been involved in many other confrontations throughout his career. While his outbursts were controversial, they also added to his entertainment value as a player and made him a popular figure in the sport. Tonya Harding's involvement in Nancy Kerrigan's attack. In 1994, Tonya Harding's ex-husband and bodyguard hired someone to attack Nancy Kerrigan, Harding's main rival, for a spot on the U.S. Olympic figure skating team. Kerrigan was struck on the knee with a metal bar and was forced to withdraw from the U.S. Championships. Harding eventually pleaded guilty to hindering the prosecution and was banned from figure skating for life. Diego Maradona's Hand of God goal. In the 1986 World Cup quarter-finals between Argentina and England, Maradona scored a goal with his hand, which the referee did not spot. Maradona later claimed that the plan was scored a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. The incident was controversial and led to widespread criticism of Maradona's sportsmanship, but it also added to his legendary status in Argentina. Floyd Mayweather's domestic violence allegations. Mayweather has been accused of domestic violence multiple times throughout his career, with allegations ranging from verbal abuse to physical assault. In 2012, he was sentenced to 90 days in jail for domestic violence against his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his children. While his boxing accomplishments are impressive, his personal life has been marred by these allegations, leading to criticism of him as a person and a role model. Tommy Smith and John Carlos Black Power salute. At the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City, American sprinters Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised their fists in a Black Power salute during the medal ceremony for the 200 meters race. The gesture was a protest against racial inequality and the treatment of African Americans in the U.S. The athletes were criticized and received death threats for their actions, but the moment has since been recognized as a powerful statement for civil rights. The malice at the palace. In 2004, a fight broke out between players on the court during an NBA game between the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons. As the fight spilled into the stands, fans began throwing objects at the players, and eventually, players began fighting with fans. The incident became known as the malice at the palace, resulting in multiple suspensions and criminal charges for the players involved. Serena Williams' outburst at the 2018 U.S. Open. During the final of the 2018 U.S. Open, Serena Williams was given a code violation for coaching from the stands. She became upset and argued with the umpire, leading to a series of penalties, including a point penalty and a game penalty. Williams accused the umpire of sexism and double standards, and her outburst became controversial in tennis history. Diego Simeone's Cojones celebration. In a 2017 Champions League match between Atletico Madrid and Juventus, Atletico coach Diego Simeone celebrated his team's second goal by grabbing his crotch and thrusting his hips forward. The gesture was widely criticized for being vulgar and disrespectful, and Simeone later apologized for his actions. Lance Armstrong's doping scandal. Lance Armstrong was a 7-time winner of the Tour de France and one of the most successful cyclists of all time. However, in 2012 he was stripped of his titles and banned from cycling for life after discovering that he had been using performance-enhancing drugs throughout his career. The scandal tarnished Armstrong's legacy and led to widespread criticism of him as an athlete and a role model. A Rod's steroid scandal. In 2013, it was revealed that baseball player Alex Rodriguez had used performance-enhancing drugs during his career. Rodriguez was suspended for the entire 2014 season and faced widespread criticism for his actions. The scandal highlighted the ongoing problem of doping in sports and the need for greater transparency and accountability. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.